Dzień dobry, my name is Dan, and today we are playing Gothic II, Night of the Raven. This is a very dear game for me because when I was little, I just fell in love with this game so much, and every time when I play this game, or Gothic 1, I always feel like I'm going back to the same place for a holiday that I've been to a million times before. It's such a place of comfort for me. So yeah, I've not played this for a couple of years now, so let's go back and revisit Gothic 2, new game. This runs with a couple of mods just to make it run in modern resolutions and whatnot. A Joe Wood production. Piranha Bytes game. Rest in peace. I think a few months ago this studio shut down for good.
Altered the fate of hundreds, but he paid a high price for it. Defeated the sleeper, destroyed the barrier. But while all the other prisoners escaped, he remained behind in the rubble. It was I who dispatched him against the sleeper. Now it is I who brings him back from there. He is weak and has forgotten much. But he is alive. He's back.
So here we go.
There you are again. I never thought the two of us would meet again.
I feel like I spent 3 weeks lying under a load of rocks.
Well, so you did. Only the magic within your armor kept you alive. I had feared I might not be able to rescue you from the debris of the temple, but enough of that. You're here now. There's a new threat that we have to deal with.
In case you're not familiar with Gothic 1, so what we just saw in that cinematic was kind of a retelling of what happened in the first game. So essentially we ended up in this colony where we had to mine magical ore for the king to fight the orcs. The colony had a magical barrier around it, and basically what we did is we destroyed the barrier by sending an old ancient demon back to the void, wherever the fuck, and here we are now. As we have defeated the demon, the temple has pretty much caved in with us inside, so it's not ideal. But anyways, here we are again. What new threat are you talking about?
After the fall of the barrier and the banishment of the sleeper, Beliar's wrath has grown even greater. A mighty artifact, so it is written in the old scriptures, will be brought back to this world when the god of darkness sends his henchmen out to search. This search has long since begun. Beliar's henchmen are desecrating the oldest shrines of the gods. The guardians of these holy places have awakened, and their wrath makes the earth tremble. Every powerful magician on this island could sense this wrath. And some of them have certainly begun to face the threat. You must become their ally. That's the only way to stop Beliar.
There is a lot going on in here. So that was the cinematic for the extension to Gothic 2. called Night of the Raven. This was not in a base game. And Belia, for example, by the way, is a evil god, and Sleeper was the demon that we have killed in the first game. But anyways, we've got plenty of time now. The Sleeper has been vanquished.
At least we have enough time now. I did it. The Sleeper
has been banned. You vanquished him, so much is true. But it's not within our power to stop the war that ensues now. With his final furious scream, the Sleeper has set into movement the armies of darkness. It was an order to all evil creatures, a word of power that they were all bound to obey. His last order was, "Come," and they came, all of them, even the dragons.
Dragons?
They are creatures of an ancient power. I can sense their presence, even here. And they have gathered an entire army of lowly servant creatures around them.
Where's this army now?
The army is camped not far from here, in the Valley of Mines near Khorinis, and they're getting ready to attack. We do not have much time left.
The Valley of Mines is the place from the first game. That's where the colony was.
What can we do?
This time we cannot handle it by ourselves. Only the power of Innos will help us against these dragons. A group of paladins is stationed in the city of Khorinis, not far from here. They possess a powerful artifact which could help us to defeat the dragons. They call it the Eye of Innos. You need to get hold of this artifact. Tell the paladins about the threat. You must convince their leader to support us. And once you have talked to him, you need to find the artifact of Beliar. It is the counterpiece to the Eye of Innos. It must not fall into the hands of evil.
So Innos is their good god.
What exactly is the Eye of Innos?
It's an amulet. Legend has it that Innos himself was poured part of his power into this amulet. It will restore some of your lost strength and help us defeat the dragons. It also has some other hidden powers. I shall tell you more about that once the amulet is yours.
Why would the paladins give me the Eye of Innos?
Because you are the one who is destined to wear it.
How can you claim to know that?
There are a number of reasons, the most important being you have defeated the Sleeper. If you weren't a favorite of the gods, you'd be dead by now.
Let's assume you're right and I'm destined to bear the Eye of Innos. How would the paladins know that's true?
The eye itself chooses the one who may wear it. Once you get hold of it and put it on, the paladins cannot doubt your words any longer.
How can I get to the city?
Just follow the path from here through the mountains. The city is large. You cannot miss it, but watch out. The path to town is not without dangers, and you aren't nearly as strong as you once were.
So in this video, I think we'll get to town in the only one appropriate way that it was intended by the developers, and it is a quite fun one.
I need weapons.
I can only give you whatever little I have here. Look around in my tower. Anything that looks useful to you, you can have.
I'll be on my way as fast as I can.
Good. And one more thing. Don't tell anyone that you've talked to me. Above all, don't tell any magician. Since I have gone into exile, the Circle of Fire has taken me for dead, and that's a good thing.
Chapter 1, the Menace. That is us. We are the Menace, awakened. Do I need to... No? Okay, so the steering, the controls are fine. Sometimes I have to rebind some of the keys to make him a bit more natural feeling to me. Healing potions and ingredients. Essence of healing, 2 healing plants, extract of healing, 2 healing herbs, elixir of healing, 2 healing roots. All work at the alchemist's bench. Requires a laboratory flask which is used up in the process. To brew any healing potions or potions to strengthen magic. Okay, power. You need a special ingredient and a plant, meadow knotweed. To brew any potions that affect permanent changes to the body or spirit, you need a certain plant, King Sorrel. Okay, so you do get a bit of information about the world from these books sometimes, and a bit of lore every now and then as well. So it's worth reading that. I don't think we'll read every single one of them because it'll just take forever, and it's frankly quite boring listening to my voice read them. But so, yeah, there we go. Old Stone Tablet. These are quite important in this game. They've been added with the expansion of, you know, Night of the Raven. They weren't in the original game, and they are quite cool once you learn how to read them. Before we move on, let's just save the game. So as I can see, I have previously tried to play this last year, but haven't done very much with it. So we'll just have a quick save. I don't actually remember playing this last year. But yeah, I probably played it for like an hour then, because looking at those screenshots from those save files, that's about where I got to, so... Which is, I think, where we'll get to in this video as well. So, more potions. Did we get a weapon? Yeah, so we have a heavy branch. We can equip this. We have some essence of healing and a old stone tablet, a grey stone tablet. We can use that later. So there should be a shrine to Belia here, and that's quite interesting as well because, unlike, yeah, quite ominous. Unlike the not temples, shrines to Innos, praying to Belia actually absorbs our life energy, and we can die this way. For Innos, I think you have to just pay some donations, just give some money for, you know, a blessing, pretty much. Let's read all these books because we do get experience points from reading them, so it's worth just having him open them, just for that alone. Earlier on, in an early game, you do have to kind of grind for the XP a little bit, because when you start and you know, in the first few levels, you can't actually do very much. You're way too weak to fight anything. You are very much at the bottom of the food chain, so being able to get any XP to essentially learn some skills later on to, you know, fight or pick locks or whatever is it's definitely important. So we will read all these books, at least have him open them. So here's the chest. We found the key to this chest on the table. Let's take all of this and let's put this key back in here. So a key to a chest belonging to Xardas. Yes. This is what we have just looted. Okay, so let's go down to the ground floor of this tower, because that is where that level has a few more goodies to pick up. And also we do have to get out of here at some point, so it's the right way to go. Yeah, even though I played this game several times, if not tens of times in my life, I've never really been that interested in, you know, like hacks or just trying to find, you know, like speedruns or whatever. I've always played this game as it was intended to be played. So, you know, if you have played this game and you know some hacks and tricks to do, I probably won't be using them because I don't know about them. I'm just not interested. I just like this game as it is too much to be trying to ruin it. So we have some scrolls, which will come in later, come in handy later. So what do we pick up? So we have some water, fireball, so that deals some damage. Light, we can use that to make the rooms brighter. And heal light wounds, which does what it says in the tin, really. I'm having a torch picked up now because these rooms can be a bit dark, so it just helps with seeing stuff. So like I said, there is some healing plants and other plants as well. We might need them for a bit later on in the game, that's all. There is a belt that we can wear. Let's have a look. So, Belt of Force, strength bonus 5 points. So if we look at the character sheets, so we are currently guildless, we are level 0, we have magic circle 0, so that means we don't know anything. We have experience 150 points, we need 500 to level up. Our strength is 15, dexterity 10, mana points, we have 10 out of 10 currently. We obviously use them as we cast spells. Hit points 40 out of 40, and then you have protection against weapons, projectiles, dragonfire, and magic. Different armor sets give you different protections, and then you have all the skills, as you can see as well. You can learn all those skills with learning points that you gain as you level up from certain teachers. So for example, there'll be a teacher that will teach you how to, say, use a bow or use a one-handed weapon or etc. So you have to find these teachers in the world and then you have to keep going back to them to learn more if you wish so. So it's a quite clever way of making NPCs in this game stand out and be, you know, feel important, because you need to memorize the teachers. So let's put that away and just save the game. Yeah, this game is very, like, you have to save scum a little bit because it's so easy to die in this game sometimes. It's not an easy game, definitely. So I think playing it as a little kid has kind of taught me a lot about difficulty in games for a very, very long time, and I'm still not quite over it yet. I wouldn't really consider a game engaging unless it was difficult or challenging in some way. Anyway, so let's just see. So right attack, left attack, block, and a forward. So how you do that is you press Control, which highlights the whatever you want to attack, and W or forward is attack forward, block is Control and S, left attack is Control A, right attack is Control D. So I think there is a goblin here that we can fight. There he is. And yeah, at the start of the game, all the attacks are very kind of blocky, and as in blocky as in they just don't feel very, like they flow very well, because you're not really experienced in any weapon. So you essentially cannot fight. And that is shown to you in gameplay, which is very, very cool. Let's go around. Yeah, there's a skeleton here with a few more potions and a bow and a few arrows. You do need to collect and buy arrows to use a bow in this game. You don't just have an infinite amount of arrows for ranged attacks. So again, to equip a bow we need to go into our inventory and then do this. Do we have to equip the arrows? No, we don't. So as you can see, our heavy branch, our melee weapon, is hotkeyed to 1, and our ranged weapon is hotkeyed to 2. Okay, cool. So there is a little cave here that we can go down through. Actually, is there something behind these waterfalls? I don't think so. So I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to go. I'm pretty sure there isn't anything there. But then again, I might be completely wrong. So actually, let's equip our ranged weapon now and see if we can shoot this goblin. Very good. So there is a lot of what feels like RNG. I think it is RNG, you know. Basically, if you look at your skills and proficiency in weapons, so if you look at a bow, we are a rookie at 10%. So I think these numbers reflect the RNG that you get when you attack. So for example, obviously the lower the number, the less chance you have to attack. So I do think there is some number generation in the background that determines whether you will actually hit the target or not. Okay, so there's a few more goblins. If I miss, I might be fucked. Okay, good. We did very well. Yeah, as I said, we are very weak now, so for now, fighting 3 goblins would be impossible in melee. So it's a good thing that our bow didn't fail us. So we have an apple, mana essence, and another dagger. We will probably never use a dagger. They're just too weak. Some gold here. Yeah, so the map in Gothic 2, the overall world of Gothic 2 is actually quite small compared to modern open world games, but it's very densely packed with stuff to do. There's always everything to, there's always something to uncover everywhere. Just save the game because we've been very lucky so far. There's always something to explore and discover in this game and find. Oh, there's 2 of these. Let's see. No, okay, we have no more arrows, so that is not good. As you can see, our health is very bad, and we have died. It is just that easy to die in this game. Yeah, so what this game does as well is it navigates the player through its world by difficulty spikes. So essentially, in an area where you're not supposed to go to just yet, the game will have strong enemies there to sway you from trying to, you know, go through that area until you level up. And then, you know, obviously, you know, you'll find in that place, you know, better weapons or better equipment or, you know, the kind of thing.
Nothing to plunder.
Okay. There is more here, I'm pretty sure. We need to heal up, so let's gather up these mushrooms and have a few of those mushrooms. As you can see, they don't heal a lot, but this is probably the best we can do at the moment without using up any of our actual herbs that we can use for alchemy later on, or potions which we want to save. Okay, another save. Like I said, this game is very save scummy. You have to do that because it's just too easy to die. Healing plants. Jesus, right. So one of the things in Gothic 1 and 2 is the music. It's just so integral with the experience of playing those games. You know, you could play a second of music by Kai Rosencrantz for Gothic 1 and 2 and I just instantly recognize it, I'm pretty sure. It's so nostalgic to me. Okay, so there's a few more items to pick up. Like, you know, like you can see, there's little bits hidden everywhere. So it's good to keep an eye open. Stuff to pick up. We can hear a wolf near us somewhere. So before you go down, let's just save another quick save. And we do have some arrows, do we? Young wolf? Okay, we have no arrows left. Can we kill this wolf? That is the question. We cannot see anything because of the trees. There he is. So the reason why we are not hitting that wolf as much, I think, was because it was too far away from us. It had nothing to do with the RNG, I don't think. It was just the distance. Yeah. Animals are a bit more difficult to fight than humans, I think, in this game, because you can't block their attacks like you can with a human. And also, their movements are a bit more random, I think, as well. So let's eat all these and go kill the last wolf. Save again. Apologies for all the saving, but it just has to be done. Oh my god. It feels so unresponsive, the attacks. You have to get in the rhythm of the animations to kind of try to make a combo. If you press it too soon, then it's just not going to happen. He's just going to stand there like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let's speak with this guy. For anyone that played Gothic 1, they'll know who this is.
Is that you? Really? Man, am I glad to see you.
I'm gonna play this as if I don't know anyone.
Am I supposed to know you?
Hello? Anyone home? I risked my neck so you could get that weird stone. You owe me something. This time you should remember that. You still remember Diego, Milton, and Gorn?
Diego, Milton, and who?
Don't tell me you can't remember any of that. The focus stones, the troll, the water mage's enormous pile of ore.
I'm not so sure.
That'll come back. It took me a while to get my head straight, too.
What happened?
After the Sleeper was defeated, the entire Brotherhood lost their minds. Without their master, they were all just empty husks.
And you? What about you?
It was the same for me. I had nightmares and even hallucinations. But once my head was more or less clear again, I ran for it. Once, I thought I saw a huge black shadow pounce on a group of fugitives and burn them all up in a giant cloud of fire. At that moment, I really thought a dragon had come to kill me.
Did you see anything else?
No. I took to my heels and ran.
So, in Gothic 1, he was in a very interesting camp. So, in Gothic 1, there were 3 camps. The new camp, the old camp, and the swamp camp. And this is where he's from, the swamp camp. So, these guys were basically just sat in the swamp, smoking swamp weed, which is like, basically marijuana in Gothic. And they were praying to their god, the Sleeper, which then turned out to be this demon. And basically, a lot of these guys ended up being possessed by the demon, so they became enemies later on in the game. He is one of the guys that managed to escape.
I'm on my way to Khorinis. What do you know about the town?
Khorinis? Well, it's a seaport. Nothing special. Why do you ask?
I must go and see the paladins who are said to be in town.
Really? They won't even let you into the town. And certainly not to where the paladins are.
Do you have any suggestions how I could get into town?
I certainly do. I worked for an old alchemist named Constantino some time ago. He has great influence in the city, and he's instructed the guards at the gate to let anyone through who can sell him rare herbs. So it's quite easy, really. You collect a large bunch of the plants that grow here all over the place, and then you pretend you're working for Constantino, and in you go. But don't collect a mix of this and that. The guards aren't all that bright, and they know nothing about alchemy. The bundle needs to look good to them if you want to get through. I think that 10 specimens of the same kind of plant should do the trick.
Thanks for the hint.
So that's one of the paths you could take to get inside of the town. Just collect 10 of the same herbs.
How long have you been hiding out in this valley?
I don't know exactly. A week, maybe? But there's one more thing. When I came here in the evening, I took a look up on the mountain, and there were only a few trees there. And when I looked the next morning, that tower was there. I could have sworn it wasn't there before. Since then, I haven't left the valley.
You mean Xardas' tower? I knew he was powerful, but creating a tower just like that...
Xardas the necromancer? He lives in that tower? I don't know if I like that.
Don't worry, he's the one who rescued me from the Sleeper's temple. He's on our side. You need to tell Xardas about the shadow. It could be important.
You don't think it was my imagination? You mean there really was a...
Dragon, yes.
You're getting into the thick of it again, am I right?
I shouldn't say in the thick of it, not yet.
Well, good. If it's so important, then I'll go see him. But not now. For the moment, I'm going to rest. I'm still exhausted after the escape from the penal colony. I think you've got big plans. I'll see you later at Xardas's.
Okay, cool. Let's collect some of these plants. Save the game after this talk because it was quite long. Okay, so there's another wolf over there. Let's go and kill him. Come on. Oh, God. It just feels so bad. The combat is just so... It just doesn't flow. Right, that was quite lucky actually. These blood flies can be a bit of a pain in the ass to fight. Especially the grown ones. I think that was a young one, so it wasn't too bad, but the grown ones, they're quite bad. There is a rat or two in here. Young giant rat. We will die. Well, at least we've got a level. Right, somehow we have survived. Actually, the combat is a bit easier to pull off when you press control with your left hand and use your right hand on the arrow keys to do the attacks. Right, what can we heal ourselves with? Let's use one of the herbs. Which one should we go for? Actually, yeah, blue elders. Let's have them. Let's just go for the weaker ones that I'm pretty sure are good for potions. Which is, that's about it. Apple. Hit points. Yeah, I have some water too. The animation for that is a bit longer, so that's a bit of a pain. Right, that will do for now. Let's just go. Maybe we'll find some more mushrooms on the way down. Anyone here? Yep, another rat. Should be able to kill him without any issues. Surely. There we go. Raw meat. Right, so we found some graves. I don't think there's anything around them that's actually very interesting. There's a few herbs here. And a rusty sword, which I don't think we'll be able to wield just yet. Let's have a look. We don't have enough strength, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 15 strength more needed for this. And it only does 30 points of damage, which is not actually that great. I'm pretty sure there are weapons that do similar, if not higher damage, that require less stats. I'm just going to pick up all of these raw meats here, because they are quite handy, especially early game. Oh, there is a leather satchel. And these, I believe, have some money in them. So let's go down. A leather bag. The bag is full of coins. Open it up. 50 gold coins. Very good. Right, let's eat that. And hopefully find some more herbs and edibles on the way up. There's another mushroom. Finer tool. Good, good, good. I think if we went back to the Mage's Tower, Xardas' tower, and slept in his bed, we would get healed, but we're not going to do that because I don't really want to be backtracking. It will make for a very boring video. So, back in the day when I used to make videos, this is my first video in a very long time, so I'm quite rusty at this, but when I used to make videos like this, especially, you know, because I think I have completed Gothic 1, and you can watch that on YouTube, the full game. But what I used to do is I'd be very aggressive with my cuts in my videos, and this time around I actually don't want to cut that much. I actually want to make long form content. You know, I just want, it just reduces the workload so much if you don't have to edit for hours, which is great. And also, YouTube nowadays, it actually prefers to promote long content in its algorithm, so it makes sense to make longer videos. So essentially, the less work you put in these days, the more of a chance of success, which, you know, who doesn't want that? Not that I'm actually doing this for a success anymore. I'm a bit too old for these kind of dreams. I'm an old and bitter man, you know. But it is, you know, it is a good hobby to have, and I've missed making videos, so we'll see how that goes. Another meat, another healing herb, so I'm actually use a healing herb to heal this time around. They really do not do that much. Healing plant, by the way, not herb. Well, might have picked up a herb. Yeah, there's different healing plants. They have different names, and essentially they create different potions of different strengths. There should be... Oh, there he is. He's already dealt with all the goblins around. So if we got here earlier, we would have actually found this guy fighting these goblins that are now laying dead on the floor.
Nothing to plunder.
So let's see if they got anything other than heavy branches. No, apparently not. What, this one? Oh, he's got some gold. Cool. There is a chest here. Let's open it. So we have another dagger, never to be used, gold, and essence of healing. Essence of healing and essence of mana are the weaker, if not, yeah, they're the weakest potions you can have that regain your either health or mana. Blue Elder. And there is another satchel here, I believe, yes, and a scroll. Cool. What does this have? 25 gold. It's something, especially early game. You need all the gold you can get because you need to buy equipment, and you also need to pay for the lessons when you want to learn a skill. So gold is very important. Let's talk with Cavalorn.
Trouble? Damn. I don't know where they're all hiding. You kill one, and shortly afterwards they're all back again. Wait a moment. I know you. You're the fellow who was constantly baking arrows for me in the Valley of Mines.
I can barely remember.
Oh, come on. Back then, in my hut outside the old camp, I taught you how to shoot a bow and how to sneak around. Ring a bell?
Your name is Cavalorn, right?
Ah, I see you haven't forgotten me after all we went through in the cursed colony. Where are you heading?
To the city.
Well, well. To the city, eh? You may run into problems with the guards. They aren't letting just anyone in anymore, since the area here is swarming with bandits. In the past few days, one of those former psionics from the Valley of Mines came by here. He said he constantly goes in and out of Khorinis. He went into the valley below the big tower. There must be a way in there somewhere near the waterfall. Maybe you should talk to the fellow.
Interesting armor you're wearing. Don't you belong to the Shadows anymore?
Shadows? They haven't existed since the fall of the barrier. The moment we could finally leave the Valley of Mines, there was no reason for me to stick with them. Now I work for the water mages. I belong to the Ring of Water.
So the Shadows were a part of the old camp in Gothic 1, and they were basically like the militia in that camp. And that's where it used to be.
What are you doing here?
I'm sitting tight. If it hadn't been for these damn bandits, I wouldn't be here.
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
I'm not really allowed to talk about it. All I can do is send you to Vatras. He is the representative of the water mages in Khorinis. The best thing would be to talk to him. Tell him you've come from me. Maybe he'll take you on as one of us. We urgently need more good people.
If you listen carefully to the dialogues, you can tell which parts were recorded for the base game and which ones were recorded for the expansion, because the quality of recording is slightly different, and the voices are also a bit different. I mean, I think they're the same actors, it's just, you know, maybe different microphones used or different EQ was being set for the voice, but they just sound a bit more different.
Weren't you and your people enemies of the water mages back then?
Those crazy old days are over. There isn't any more new camp or old camp. Now that the penal colony no longer exists, everyone is on his own. Most of us former prisoners are still being hunted. The water mages were able to get my sentence commuted, and now I can move about freely.
What are the water mages doing now?
They're up to something big. It has to do with an unknown region of the island.
An unknown region? Where is it supposed to be?
I can't tell you more. Talk to Vatras in Khorinis.
So in Gothic there are 3 different schools of magic. There are the fire mages, which are the servants of Enos. There are the water mages, which are the servants of Adanos. And there are the necromancers, which is basically just Xardas, as far as we know. And yeah, they all answer to the respectful gods. We've not really heard much about Adanos yet. He is the in-between brother between the 3 gods. He is the god of status quo, where Enos wants everything to be totalitarian and good, and, you know, everyone to be the same and not do anything evil or chaotic. And Belia wants chaos and death and darkness and all this stuff. Adanos is just like, alright, everyone just fucking chill out. Let's just be a bit level-headed about all this, yeah? So that's what Adanos is.
What was that about bandits?
Have you slept through the last few weeks?
Huh?
I'm talking about all the riffraff from the penal colony that are making themselves at home here in the area, plundering and murdering for all they're worth. I guess I'm lucky they didn't kill me. I let down my guard for one moment, and they clubbed me from behind. No idea how I'll get all my stuff back now.
You were robbed by the bandits?
Yes. They beat me down and tossed me to the goblins for lunch. It was damned important stuff. A letter and all my money. I absolutely have to get it back. But without someone to watch my back, I'm not going back there. That cowardly rabble.
He could quite easily kill all of them himself.
Can I help you with the bandits?
Maybe. But as scrawny as you look, you surely haven't held a proper sword in your hand for weeks. Well, I don't have any choice but to take your offer. My time is running out. So, pay attention. Down this path here, you'll find one of those filthy holes in the ground that bandits like to hide in. The fellows there are the same ones who stole my stuff. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll nab the rabble.
Okay, I need better equipment first.
I need better equipment.
Those swine haven't left me much. I can give you a wolf knife. Will that do for now?
You call that a knife? But what about healing?
I still have 2 healing potions here. Interested?
Sure, give them here.
Okay, let's go.
Let's mix it up with those guys.
Sure thing. Just keep my back clear, okay? Now they're in for a nasty surprise.
So I'm just going to let him go and deal with the bandits on his own because I am no help to him whatsoever. They will very easily just kill me. Yeah, look at him just snipe that bandit in the... Yeah, there you go. So, yeah. We have Wolf Knife, which, yeah, damage 30 and it only requires 10 strength. So, like I said, this thing is absolutely pointless. Anyways, let's go and loot the bodies that Cavalorn is going to leave behind for us. If he's ever going to get himself unstuck from that predicament that he's in. We have an apple, gin, wanted note, a picture of me, oh no, gold nugget, and a few stalks of swampweed, which is basically the spliff in this game. So let's have a little smoke. And then read or have a look at the picture of us, of ourselves. So we are wanted for some reason. Oh yeah, and we just got high as well. So yeah, it actually goes into slow-mo and makes the screen wobble a bit. Right, I need to somehow unstuck him. What if I talk to him?
Wait a minute.
Right, and then end. Will that help? Where are you going now? No, no, it's this way. Oh my god. Where is he gone? That was not supposed to happen. What are you doing? The game glitched. Oh, I think it's fixed it now. Yeah, okay, he's on the track now. Come on. Do not get stuck in the same place again, please. There we go. He's done it now. While he does this, I think there is a way to climb up here. Let's have a look. So let's do that. I'm pretty sure there is a way to climb up here, and there's something there to pick up. No? Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's something here. Or not. Oh well. Okay. Maybe not. My memory fails me. Incredible. Yeah, there's a lot of little things to find if you explore those weird little platforms like this. I'm guessing just not here. I'm fairly sure a few years ago when I was playing this for like the 20th time, I found a new little secret where there was some amulet, I think. But yeah, I absolutely cannot remember where that was. Anyways, it's all good. So now...
So, that's done. Ha! They shouldn't have messed with me. Then I can finally fulfill my mission. I've lost too much time already.
What sort of mission?
Ah, yeah. First I have to get into the city, and then later... I don't know how I'm going to get all that done in time.
What about me?
Why not? You could take the letter into the city. Then I'll have a bit more time to take care of my equipment. One of the bandits must have the letter in his pocket. Take it to Vatras, the water mage in the city. You'll find him in the temple of Adenos. He preaches there all day. Tell him that I wasn't able to get it done. And if he asks where I am, just tell him I'm already on my way to the meeting point. Okay? Oh yeah, One more thing. First buy some decent clothes from the farmers. Otherwise, you may be taken for a bandit. Here's a couple of coins.
Thank you. Can you teach me something? So, yeah, let's have a look at that.
Can you teach me something?
Sure. You know that. Man, they really took a lot out of you. You can't remember anything at all, can you?
So,
I want to learn your abilities.
Sure. What do you want to know?
so we can teach us how to be better at one-handed weapons, bows, and how to sneak. For now, I'm gonna pass on all this because we don't have enough points to actually make any actual difference yet. Or actually, no, let's do sneak.
With soft souls, you have a better chance of getting close to your opponents without them noticing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sneaking will come in handy because we can essentially, once we get to town, we can just rob people.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
Right, one of them has to have a key. Some beers, sealed message. This message was carefully sealed. Haha. So do we give it to Batras unopened, or do we read what it says? I like the secret, so I'm gonna keep it unopened. So we have the chest key and a silver ring that doesn't do anything. We can just sell it for some money. Spike club, another bandit. Message. Let's read that message. Stop all men who come from the mountains. If someone comes along the pass, it will probably be an old man. Don't let him fool you. He is a dangerous sorcerer. Keep an eye on him. It's possible the guys we're looking for will contact him. With this letter I'm sending you 30 pieces of gold. I will give another 30 to anyone who kills the man. Bring his head to the old mine near the landowner. D.
Nothing there.
There's nothing else on that guy. Right. What's in the chest? Short bow. We already have one. Some money and some arrows. Okay. Is the club that we found any better? No, it's not. Okay. We are in a good shape at the moment, as well, as good as it gets right now. So let's save the game. I kind of want to talk more about what I said at the start of the video about me revisiting this game. So, like I said, I have played this game many times in my lifetime. I finished it many times. And it's weird because whenever I play Gothic 2, maybe not actually, yeah, Gothic 1 as well, although it's not, I don't think, as good of a game as Gothic 2. But whenever I play those games, it does generally feel like I'm going on a holiday to a place I've been to before, like a place for comfort, like kind of like going back home. It's very weird. And whenever people say that to me about other things, like, reading that book or whatever, I feel like going home, full escapism. It's like, is it really though? But like, I totally get it, in because of this game, because that's how I feel playing it. And it's the mixture of, a lot of reviewers always criticize Gothic for its clunky controls, where actually I quite like this about this game. You don't play the game, you kind of operate it like a machine. It's its own downfalls, its own flaws are a positive in my head. It's just such a unique experience to play those games. There's nothing quite like it because of the controls. I love the graphics, I love the art style in these games, that just goes without saying, but the music, the atmosphere in these games, it's just, I've not really had another game like this that just hit so many different, that just scratched all these itches in one big go. It's very, very rare. And for many years, Gothic 1 and 2 have been pretty much the golden standard when it comes to RPGs for me. If a game wasn't as good as these games, I would not be interested in playing them as much. So yeah, Gothic 2 especially, was the golden standard for what I considered to be a good role-playing game growing up. Let's talk with
stranger.
Malef.
I saw how you came out of the mountains. You can be glad you didn't come by here 3 weeks ago. We would have taken you for an escaped convict. And we made short work of those. You look completely done in. What do you want here?
I'm on my way to town.
The way you look, you'll have to bribe the guards to get in. And you have to know what they want to hear.
And that would be?
Well, for example, that you're from Lobart's farm and want to go to the smith in the city. But that won't do you any good. You don't look like a farmer.
I see. I was attacked by bandits in the mountains.
Those filthy rabble. They were probably the same bastards who took one of our sheep last night. You had terrific luck. Most people don't get away alive.
Those bandits won't trouble you anymore.
Why? Are they dead?
They picked a fight with the wrong guy.
Thank Innos. Here, it isn't much, but I want you to have it. I'll tell the others about this.
This is something really cool about these games as well. Gothic 1, 2 and 3. It's dynamic quests, so like you just saw, we didn't have to get a quest from him to kill the bandits for that quest to be completed. We just done that, and then we can just tell him straight away, like, yeah, by the way, they're dead now. There's so many games where, and they just lose me when that happens straight away. It's you know, you'll open world game, you'll see an area or a building or some kind of a place where you think, you know, I'm gonna go explore this place because that looks like there's something there, and then you explore it, you do all the things in it, and let's say you go back to some NPC and you get a side quest or a quest that happens in that place, and you have to go back and do the exactly same thing a minute after. It's when I see that in games, I just completely lose immersion. It just feels so video gamey to me. So this is a far better solution to that in my eyes. I think, was it which game was it? Was it Mafia 3? Potentially? Yeah, where I remember going to some club and or discotheque, whatever you want to call it, and then doing a thing there and like exploring it all and looting it all, and then going back to get a quest only to like or a mission only to go back to that place and do it all again. I was just like, do you know what? This is a bad fucking game design.
I need better equipment.
I can imagine. But I tell you right now, we don't have anything to give away. If you can pay for what you want, Lobart will sell you something. Otherwise, go to him and ask him if he has work for you.
Where can I find Lobart?
Well, on the farm, of course. The farm belongs to him. And don't try messing with him. He's thrashed a lot of tramps and thrown them off his farm.
Okay, cool. Ooh. It's weird. Every time when you talk with this guy, every time you...
One less monster around.
When you have this conversation with him, every time an enemy will spawn behind us. Like bloodfly or a wolf, and he just runs off every single time to fight this thing. So you won't do it now when we talk to him again, but in that first after that first conversation, it will happen without a fail. It's interesting. Okay, there he is, Lobart.
Why are you hanging around on my land? Whose side are you on? The rebelling farmers or the king?
Since he's a farmer, I'm gonna go for the peasants.
I'm for the peasants.
Ha! That damned warmonger Onar will drag us all into the grave. What do you think? How long will the paladins just stand by? After what Onar has done, the whole city is in an uproar.
Okay, so there's a civil war going on.
What's going on here anyway?
Don't you know what's going on? Boy, where are you from? We're on the edge of a civil war. Up till now, all the farmers looked at the tribute to the city as fair taxation. But since the paladins have come to Khorinis, the city guards visit us more and more often. And little by little, they're taking everything. If it goes on like this, soon we won't have anything left for ourselves. Some farmers are starting to rebel. Onar was the first of them.
Tell me more about this Onar.
Onar is the biggest farmer here in the area. He is broken with the city. They say he's hired mercenaries to keep the city guard off his back. Can't blame him. In any case, no royal soldier dares to set foot on his farm anymore.
Who are those mercenaries that Unar hired?
I don't know much about the guys. Supposedly, a lot of them are former prisoners from the mining colony. Everybody knows what you can expect from them.
What about you? Whose side are you on? Peasants or king?
I'm too close to the city to really have a choice, but I'm glad about that. I wouldn't know how to decide. The king is bleeding us dry, and Onar sets his mercenaries on anyone who won't join him. That's why most of the other farmers are still undecided, but sooner or later they'll have to choose one side or the other.
Yeah, so it's a very bad situation for the farmers, really.
I'm looking for work.
I can't use another farmhand, but I could offer some work to a day laborer. Well, what I mean is, you can lend a hand in the field, and there's certainly a few other things to do around here. I could pay you with gold, or give you a few decent things to wear. The things are worth a fair bit. I can't give them to you for nothing, but I can sell them to you cheap if you work for me. By the looks of you, I should say, take the clothes. Anyway, the small turnip field next to the barn needs to be harvested.
All right.
Then hurry it up a bit before I change my mind.
Okay. So this is one of the more infamous quests, or side quests in this game. Picking up turnips for this guy. You literally have to pick every turnip in this field for him. So yeah, you can kind of imagine why it sparked up such a debate. Because it's such a boring quest. Like, it's so boring. I don't actually know what to say right now to make the video a bit more interesting. Well, I think it was the first Risen game as well, also by Pranya Bytes, where you join one of the factions, and one of the quests in that faction when you start are to mop the floors in the living areas, and it's just like no one else but Pranya Bytes would add this to the games. It's just such a them thing to do, but you know, it's not a good quest. It is very fucking boring, but again, it just adds to that experience of Pranya Bytes games where you don't get that anywhere else. And I think that's why the players of that studio, you know, the fans of that studio, were what they were looking for, is this kind of immersion.
Here are your turnips.
Hey, you're not all that worthless after all. Take them to my wife in the house. Tell her to cook them.
What about my pay?
I can give you 5 gold pieces. Or sell you the clothes cheaper. Well, what's it to be?
So you can either get 5 gold coins, or you can lower the price of the clothes by 10 gold points. So it actually makes better sense to go for the bargain.
Make me a better price for the togs.
Good. I'll give them to you for 10 gold pieces less.
Okay.
Have you got anything else for me to do?
I don't. But you can ask my wife or the boys in the fields. Maybe they need some help.
I shall. Okay, so let's go talk to his wife. Actually, let's go in here first. Save the game very quickly. And see, yes, there's nobody here yet. Let's sneak around and steal all of the satchels that the workers have left by the beds. So I think there's one over there we just picked up, and there's another one over there in the hay somewhere. Where would it be? There it is. There it is. Okay, so we don't need to sneak anymore because no one's gonna notice us doing anything naughty now. So there's 50 and 25. So that is 75 gold pieces just from doing that. Okay, before we do any more on the farm, let's just sleep until the next morning. Okay. And it should be all nice and pretty outside again. There's some workers having the breakfast by the fire, I would imagine. Ooh, actually, let's go behind the barn and see if there's anything cool around here. Because, yeah, the devs like hiding stuff in a place like this. So there are a few herbs here. That will come in handy. There's nothing up there. I think there is more items behind this mill. So I'm pretty sure there is a King's Sorrel around here somewhere. And that is a very valuable plant because basically you use it to create potions that enhance your attributes permanently. But no, it wasn't here. There is that sort of stone circle place over there. Let's see what we can do. Maybe there's something cool around here. Oh, there's some monsters. Okay, young field raider, so that's not too bad. We can still kill them fairly easily. Okay, so that's one. We get this one. No, we need him to come over a bit more closer to us. Oh, come on. Oh, great. We have missed way too many shots and wasted all the arrows and took some damage. Okay, so I think King Sorrels grow around these stone circles. So there should be one around here somewhere. Let's just have a bit of a look. I don't know why the frame rate is dropping so low. It's like 48 frames. And this is a game from 2002, 2003 or something like this. And I'm playing it on the, you know, RTX 470. So obviously it should run a bit better on modern hardware than it does now. Leather satchel. Okay, so there are these buttons here, these switches. I'm not going to play with them yet because they will bring death upon many, many NPCs. So we'll just leave that for later, when we actually are strong enough to deal with it ourselves. Ooh, there's another stone tablet over there. So let's go and grab it. Like I said, we don't need it now, because we don't know how to read them yet. However, they do come in handy later on in the game, so might as well just pick them up when we can. I'm pretty sure there should be some more valuable herbs around here somewhere, so what is happening with this? Where is it? I don't see anything. There must be a goblin. What do you call it? Goblin berries. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some goblin berries around here. And a King's Sorrel, but I can't see it. Well, whatever. I'll just let it go. But yes, goblin berries. They're a little small plant with yellow berries on it. We can't find it just yet. Yeah, I think the Studio Piranha who made this game, and Gothic 1, and then Risen Games, and Elix 1 and 2, they've shut down recently, like a few months ago in 2014. Basically, Elix 2 didn't do as well as the publisher thought it would. So they basically let go of the whole studio.
Hey. I've got a few turnips here for you.
Great. That should be enough to fatten those guys up. Since you're here anyway, I saw a traveling trader pass by here a few minutes ago. I think he stopped on his way to town. Go to him and see whether he's got a decent frying pan for me.
Can you give me something to eat?
Here, take this. You're a good lad.
Okay, you're a good lad. Alright, love.
Can you give me something to eat?
You've had your portion for today. Come back later.
So actually, we could have got a portion of stew before we went to bed, and then got another one now. I forgot.
Give me the gold, and I'll go see the merchant for you.
Are you saying I can trust you? Just don't spend the money on booze, do you hear?
Okay. So the merchant is down this road over there. Do we have any wine? Yes, we do. Okay, let's go talk to this guy working the field here. He is another quest giver, if you can call him that. It's more like he's gonna ask for a favor more than anything.
Same as always. Lot to do, not enough money, and With a bit of bad luck, the orcs will come tomorrow and burn down our farm. The king's paladins have occupied the whole city, but I can hardly believe they'll move their butts out here when the orcs attack us.
Okay.
Can I help you? I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about working in the fields?
What is there to know?
In that case, I think we're fine here. Thank you. If you want to work for Lobart as a day laborer, I can only warn you, he pays people like you really miserable.
He offered to sell me some clean clothes cheap if I helped out on the farm.
Well, I don't have anything for you to do, but you can bring me and the boys something to drink. Fetch me a bottle of wine, and I'll tell Lobart you were a real help to us.
There's your wine.
Here's your wine.
I'd better not ask where you got it from, huh? Who cares?
Exactly.
Thanks anyway. Lobart will only hear the best about you.
Thank you.
Is there any interesting news?
I could have sworn I saw an orc over there on the edge of the woods 2 days ago. Since then, I've kept at least one eye open at night.
Is there any interesting news?
Besides what I already told you? No.
Oh, okay.
I'm headed for town.
And?
Is there anything interesting you can tell me about the city?
Nope. But Malef goes to the city from time to time. Maybe he knows something. I mean, something that would interest you.
Okay. I already spoke with Malef, so that's fine. So that's another little discount sorted, I believe, after we gave Vino some wine. Another scroll, and here is our merchant.
Who do we have here? You're on your way to the city. Am I not right?
Maybe.
You look like a fugitive. All fugitives are headed for the city. You could even be a former convict for the mining colony. I don't care where you come from, but I believe I have an interesting offer for you.
Okay.
What do you have to offer?
The way you look, the guards will never let you into the city. I can help you get into the city. I have here a small piece of paper with the royal seal and the governor's signature. A pass. With this scrap of paper in your pocket, you can run about as raggedly as you please, and the guards will leave you alone. Interested?
I am interested, but there must be a catch to this.
There must be a catch to this.
No, no catch. You will merely owe me a favor.
So yeah, no catch whatsoever. The favor could be anything.
How will you get into town?
The guards know me. I will simply tell them that I have lost my pass.
What do you want for your pass?
I knew you were the right man. Listen, you will get the pass from me, now.
Just like that?
Just so. But if I meet you in the city, you owe me a favor. Do we have a deal?
Yeah, go on.
Sure. Give me that paper.
Here, be careful with that. It is very valuable. One more thing. Don't even think about breaking your word. As a merchant, I have a great deal of influence in the city. It wouldn't go well for you. Believe me.
Okay, show me your wares then.
Show me your wares.
Take your pick.
So we need a frying pan for the farmer's wife. And I think that's all we can afford, really. That is of interest to us. Yeah, we are way too weak to have this. We need like 10 more points of strength. And even then, we don't have enough money for this. However, we can sell some crap to this guy and get some more money. So, those rings, we get 18 gold each. The pan is there. Gold nugget. I'm going to keep that for now. I don't really want swamp weed. Anything else? Yeah, these kind of weapons that we will never use, like those daggers and whatnot. Not going to use that, not going to use that, not going to use either of those. Okay, so we now have about 100 more gold than we did before. Oh, actually, before we go on, let's sell beers and gin as well. Keep the food. Sell the water, it's just annoying to use, takes way too long, and sell the wine as well. Okay, so that should be okay for now. Yeah, this looks good to me. Okay.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
Let's have a read of his pass. What does it say? Where is it? There we go. These papers permit me to pass the city guards. Pass Khorinis. This document entitles their bearer to move freely in the lower areas of Khorinis for an unlimited time period. Larius, the king's governor. Cool. I am sure we will not regret grabbing that later on in the game. Absolutely no chance. Okay, so let's go back to Greta, the farmer's wife. Give her the pan, and that should be all the quests and little jobs for the farmers done. So then we can buy the clothes for an absolute bargain price.
Hey! Here's your frying pan.
Fine. Let's see then whether it's any good.
To be fair, we could easily afford those clothes anyway without the discounts, but like I said earlier, it's good to get XP points because... I mean XP points. It's XP points. Yeah, because we need to level up.
Hey!
A lot.
Have you got anything else for me to do?
I don't.
Okay, so...
I need some sensible clothes.
I can give you clean farmer's work clothes. Can you pay for them then?
How much?
How much for the work clothes?
Well, we'll see. You've worked the field for me. You helped my wife. Vino says you were real help to him. And that's saying something. He doesn't usually hold with day laborers. Maleth said you chased the bandits off. Bastards have caused us a lot of trouble. Thanks to you, we're rid of them. 30 gold pieces. It's not gonna get any cheaper.
Let's have it then.
Give me the work clothes then.
There's a chest in my house where you'll find clean things. But don't even think about taking anything else without asking.
Okay. Nice doing business with you. Let's save the game before we go and pick up the clothes, just in case we accidentally pick up anything else from the chest. Because if you do that, the whole farm will be trying to kill us. So is the law of the jungle. Okay, so farmer's clothing 1, weapon protection 15, arrow protection 15, and that's about it. Value 80 gold pieces. Let's put it on. There we go. We are now a fully dressed farmer. We look like a peasant who's not had a shower in a very long time. That is an achievement in itself. Okay, let's save the game again. And talk to the guy that should be just down here. There you go. Quite clearly, not a pirate.
Psst. Hey, you, come here.
What is it?
On your way to the city, and really busy too. Listen, you look like a smart guy to me. I bet you'll go far in life. You're certainly nobody's fool, I could see that right away. Say, you'd probably like to earn a few gold coins, wouldn't you?
Why not?
You'll have to forgive an ignorant old seaman. I'm a stranger in these parts, and I don't really know all the rules. So I had to find out the hard way that traveling strangers aren't welcome in the harbor city. Now I'm standing here with no idea how I'm supposed to get into the city. I have some extremely important business to conduct, and my client won't tolerate a delay, you see. You'll help me find a way to get past the city guard, won't you?
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea?
So you know of a few ways we could do this. So let's just go through them with him and see if he likes any of them.
You could get into the city as a herb gatherer.
What? Do I look like I'd be picking flowers in the woods?
I obviously don't want to give him my clothes, so I'm gonna go for all the other options.
I have a pass for the city.
Oh, I see. I'm supposed to act like I'm a citizen of the town, or what? Take a look at me, boy. Nobody's going to believe that.
What about bribery?
Well, if that worked for me, I'd have tried it already.
Okay, so the only option is we can give him our clothes.
They should let you pass if you're wearing these farmers' clothes.
That's just what I need. Man, I knew I could count on you. Nobody will bother me disguised as a local yokel. Excellent. You did really well. Here's your promised reward.
What? 50 measly gold coins? You can't be serious.
Gold isn't everything, my friend. Take them for now. I have the feeling that we'll be seeing one another soon. And who knows, maybe I'll return the favor. Look after yourself.
So we still made 20 gold profit on that, because we paid 30 for the clothes. The one thing I've noticed in this character is his voice pops a lot. So they must have not really adjusted the levels of the microphone when they were recording them. Or maybe he was just shouting a bit too much. Either way, it's what it is. Let's have a chat with the guards.
What is it?
You aren't getting in here, my boy.
Why not?
Looking the way you do, you're sure to cause nothing but trouble here, boy. We got enough rabble in the city. We have no use for people without money.
Okay.
I need to see the leader of the Paladins. I've got an important message for him.
Oh, and what important message might that be?
I have come to get the Eye of Innos.
What? Never heard of it. What's that supposed to be?
It's an important artifact.
You don't look much like an important messenger. Do you have some kind of identification?
So, we know a few ways that we could actually get through the city gates. We could give some herbs. We could show the pass, or we could give them money. But there is a better way to do this that actually gives us a lot of experience points if you do that. So, that is what we will do. And it's very risky because there's a lot of enemies on the way there. But if you just kind of run and ignore everything, you should be able to make it. So, let's give it a go. It might take a few tries, but it's totally worth it. There will be some rats on the way. I mean, you can see there's a lot of old weapons and herbs along the way here, but we will not stop to pick up any of them. We just have to run. And then essentially maybe one day we will come back for them when we are a bit stronger. We can actually fight all the monsters around. So far we've not actually been attacked by anything, which is odd. There's usually a big, I mean a fully grown giant rat around there that's a bit more powerful than the ones that we fought before. But hey ho. But yeah, we can come back there once we are strong enough, but at that point we won't really need to because we will have enough equipment to not have to rely on just crap. Okay. I would actually cry if I quick saved then, and as soon as that happened I just get attacked by a massive monster and just got one hit killed, and then I'd obviously be stuck on that save forever, so I have to replay the full game. So actually I probably should make another save file just to make sure that I'm not gonna be absolutely demolished like that by something. Okay, so for now, so good. We just made it.
Hey, not so fast. Strolling about alone out here is dangerous. Where do you come from?
We just made it to another gate to the city, and let's see.
From one of the farms.
A farmer, eh? Then you shouldn't be walking along these dangerous paths all by yourself. Who knows who might be lying in wait for you?
What's so dangerous out here?
Many things. For one thing, there's the bandits. They'd polish off a little wimp like you for breakfast. If the bandits don't catch you, then the wild animals in the forest or the mercenaries roaming around will take care of you. So, first get yourself some decent armor before you go out. I bet you'll be yelling for my help after the next bend in the road.
I absolutely will.
Just assuming I would fall back on your help. How much would that cost me?
I am merely a humble servant of the king, and would not enjoy fleecing a helpless little citizen of the realm. But you know, if you put it like that, I wouldn't object to a little financial backing to promote our future business relationship. 10 gold coins should do for starters. What do you think?
No.
I'll think about it.
Suit yourself. Have a nice death.
We will still use him, though, by basically bringing all the enemies to him to deal with, rather than fighting them ourselves. I hope that works. No. I did not fully trigger them. So, the animals in this game don't actually want to fight you. So, like you can see, they will try to threaten us a couple of times, and then on the third time, that's when they will try to attack. So yeah, we have to leg it now and get these guys involved. So even though we're not paid Micah, whatever his name is, he still killed those monsters anyways for us. Oh, there's another one. Right, if I just run away, maybe we'll lose it. Ugh. Right. Yeah, it's gone. Quick save here. There's some rats on that platform over there, so let's just avoid them. Try to get out of here as soon as. And we are nearly there. There is just some boars here that we need to avoid as well. That is their strongest monster on the way here, really. There's some bandits at this lighthouse too, so we can't be seen by them. And where are we now? Is this the place? Is this where we need to go? Let's have a look. Are we there? No, this is not it. We need to climb up here. Fuck! Right, load. I know where to go now. So we need to stick to the right side of that cliff to go up on it. I think that's how we climb it. So the bar should be just here. Yeah, like you can see, there is a lighthouse behind these trees, and there should be like 3 or 4 bandits there. Yeah, they are way too strong for us at the moment. Literally one-hit kills. God. Ugh. Okay. Let's try again. Maybe I could kill it with some fireballs, but do I want to waste them on that ball? I don't really think so. Could I bring him down to Micah for him to deal with it? Could I just jump over there before he comes at me? I think that worked. It did. Right, sick. Right, we need to get on this. There we go. That's where we need to be. And just follow this cliff. Yep. So we have a nice view of the city from here. We can pretty much see most of it. And the idea is we will swim to Khorinis. We just need to find a safe way down now. So I think this is it over there. So let's just quick save now. I don't think we'll be attacked by anything around here. So we are safe to quick save. And then where do we go from here? I think that fall should be safe enough. So let's go here. Yeah, cool. And then just jump down on this wall there. Go down to... Okay. Too far down. We could actually just go on that wall and jump down straight on that pavement there, but that's not the best way to go, because we don't get that massive XP for swimming into Khorinis. Unless, can we jump into the water from here? Is that... No, that's not it. So where do we go? That is still very high up. Unless we're supposed to jump down there and down there, but that's still quite a big fall. Right, let's try... Ooh, let's go down here. And then down here. There we go. And just take this path down to the water. Yeah. Ooh, that's another fall. Right, let's avoid that. Let's climb down here. Ooh. Go. Okay, we are good. And we are in the water. Notice that door there. It'll be important later on in the game. We're just not going to bother with it yet. There are some critters and monsters in there that we cannot deal with just yet, but it won't take very long for us to be able to go down and explore the sewers of Khorinis. And here we are. Let's save the game and speak to Laris.
I must be crazy. What are you doing here? Did you swim here? That's one way to get past the guards at the city gate.
As if I didn't have enough. Have we met before?
Man, don't you remember me? I used to hang around in the new camp. The list for the mine. Man, we had a lot of fun. Do you remember Lee?
But no, he insisted he knew better.
Lee? You've been through a lot, huh? Lee was leader of the mercenaries in the new camp. I got out of the colony with him then, just after the barrier was destroyed. He and his boys are now on the farm of Onar, the landowner. He made a deal with the farmer. He and his boys defend the farm, and Onar feeds them in return.
So we've learned about the politics of the place. So ex-convicts are now being hired out by Onar, the landowner, as his own mercenaries, which is quite a clever move if you wanna overthrow the local militia and soldiers.
I must talk to the paladins by any means.
What do you want from them?
They've got a powerful amulet, the Eye of Innos. I must have it.
And you think they'll give it to you? You'll never get into the upper end of town.
I'll find a way somehow.
Sure. If you want to ingratiate yourself with the citizens
What's
or
with the
play
flickering?
errand boy for the militia.
It's weird.
Do you know why the paladins are here?
Nobody knows for sure. Lots of people think it's because of the orcs, but I think there's another reason. It probably has something to do with the old penal colony.
Tell me more about Lee and his mercenaries.
What do you want to know?
Tell me more about the mercenaries.
Well, if you're as tough as you were back then, you shouldn't have any problems with them. Most of them are ruffians, and if you can't stand up to them, you won't get far. If you're squeamish, you don't have a chance of joining them.
How do I find the landowner's farm?
It's quite simple. You leave the seaport by the east gate, and then follow the path towards the east. I can take you there if you want.
Not just yet.
Why aren't you with Lee and his mercenaries?
But I am, just not on the farm. You could say I'm our outpost in the city. We don't want the ship to sail without us.
Do you really believe that?
What ship were you talking about?
It's on the open sea harbor, behind the cliffs.
This
Lee and a few
flickering's
of his
a
people
fucking
really want to
nightmare.
get away from here. But that could take a while.
Why?
You'd better ask Lee about that. If you meet him, he's got plans.
It's really not my problem.
So we're not gonna go there to the farm just yet. Can you teach me something?
Can you teach me something?
Sure. I can help you become stronger and more dexterous if you like.
So that's useful because we could become stronger to wield more melee weapons, or more dexterous to use more bows and the like.
Teach me something.
Yeah. Oh, we actually don't have to pay for the lessons either. That's interesting. Okay.
Is it really true?
So yeah, we get 10 learning points per each level. So we have 15 now. We spent 5 to learn to sneak. And yeah, we are in Khorinis now, and the game is flickering really badly for some reason. I don't know why. It must be just in this location for some reason. It's just not... There we go. That kind of fixed it. Yeah. Oh well. Anyways, I think that's enough for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It will just show me that what I'm doing is good, and I'll make more of these videos. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye.